Hey everyone, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk more Fringe. And we finally got some new answers last episode that really advanced the story. We finally got to see what the conversation between Dr. Bell and Olivia in the other world looked like, what it was all about. And we finally unlocked those memories within Olivia. 15 minutes too late to prevent this robbery at a cryogenics facility where a bunch of shapeshifters, known as the First Wave, liberated the head of their leader. They've given that head a new body and reanimated it. So there is the First Wave here on our world, and what their next step is, I honestly don't know. But they're not good. They're human-machine hybrids. 45% of their blood is mercury. They are shapeshifters. They haven't lost that ability. So I feel like one of the things we're going to start diving into this season is who can you trust? That whole thing about even your best friends may not be your best friends at any moment. There's going to be some surprise shape-shifting over the course of this season, I imagine. But we'll constantly be a little bit paranoid about whether the people we're talking to are really the people that we think they are. At least that's where my mind goes. How the show goes, who knows? This next episode is called Dream Logic. I have no idea whether we're sticking with the very much central plot or whether we're going to have a weird thing of the week. Doesn't matter to me because both styles of episodes are a ton of fun on this series, and I'm excited to get more. So let's jump right into it. This is episode 5 of season 2, Dream Logic.
I got my memories back from the accident, so I figured I wouldn't be needing these.
Who died? I got another project for you. I hope you don't have anything against the color red.
Okay, what's the assignment? And the color red. Yeah. Vancouver does Seattle well. Makes sense. Let's do that.
Tom, what'd you do, man? You better get in there. I'm going.
Oh. Okay.
Leader, you know how much trouble you caused me? I am going to destroy you.
Are you crazy?
I like what they're doing with the eyes there. That's crazy. Okay, so he's seeing monsters, quite literally.
Got a fireplace to keep me warm.
Kirk's still in the credits.
You know that you have a bedroom, right?
Don't worry, son. I promise to wear my shorts to bed so that if you bring any young ladies home, there won't be any embarrassing moments.
Pack a bag, Walter. We're going to Seattle.
Do you have a card? In case we need a ride while we're in town.
Color red.
Thank you.
He's wearing red.
He's been asleep for 16 hours.
Like he was drugged. The doctors only managed to wake him up a few minutes ago.
Peter, I don't want to go in there. I'd rather stay out here.
Yeah, too many memories.
You're gonna think I'm crazy.
Try me.
He had horns. Like some demon. Almost like I'm dreaming. Like it was...
Leader, please.
Whoa.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No, okay! No! No!
Yeah, his hair. What the heck?
The blood CBC is...
Severe scleroxin deficit, curiously high levels of adrenal hormones. Acute exhaustion.
That doesn't make any sense. Human beings can't
Not
die
that
of...
we're aware of, no. It has been documented in rats. I don't like it here.
Walter.
This city has a smell.
Walter.
It's wet. It reminds me of Sinclair's.
The whole city?
Peter, I want to go home.
Okay. Shouldn't be a problem. But you want to keep a Sudoku pad handy. So whatever you do, under no circumstances, let him drink. No, at any given time, there's a good chance there's about a half dozen psychotropic drugs in his system, so drinking, it's not a good idea.
Do you have a business card?
Red tie.
Lunatics, out, out, out!
Think he'll be all right?
Walter? Or Agent Kashner? He used to sleepwalk. Was he ever violent? No. Never. And he was cured.
Alright. It's got to do with his dreams. And probably some of that treatment he received.
The turbulence over Ohio was like being in the belly of a seizing whale. I screamed like a little girl.
I'm sure that went over well with the rest of the passengers.
No, I'm pretty sure Dr. Bishop wouldn't have packed a bottle of raw milk.
9 stitches.
Is that one of his treatments?
There's no reason for an incision there. You can assist us in removing his scalp. Once you get used to the smell, it's really quite something. Come.
Welcome to the team.
For the last couple of months, he's been averaging between 8 and 10 hours of sleep every night.
That's a lot.
How can he die of exhaustion?
It gets weirder. Guess what his nightmares were about?
Demons.
Demons?
Yeah, a couple months ago, all of a sudden, they stop. When I was a kid, I used to get these terrible nightmares almost every night. Walter was helpful. He taught me to condition myself. Every night before I went to sleep, I had to say a mantra in my head. Please don't dream tonight. Please don't dream tonight. Please don't dream tonight.
Did that work?
Well, you can't stop yourself from dreaming, but it did make it so that I didn't remember. From the age of 8 to almost 19, don't remember a single dream.
That's
No more nightmares.
kind of weird. Not remembering any dreams, period. I hear some people are like that.
There's
This is
been another incident.
super weird.
He's dead, but it wasn't the crash.
Ellen was calling to let me know she was heading home from the office. She said she saw a monster. Did you see her white hair? What happened to her?
Who's doing the treatments? Is it Chip? Oh, some nice stringy goo on there.
I'm out.
What are you looking for?
That.
Same scar? Yeah. Do they know they've had this treatment?
Both victims had these surgically implanted.
It's a biochip, technically a brain-computer interface, or BCI. That's right. From
Well,
what we can
interesting
ascertain, I
camera
think it works a lot like a
angle
pacemaker.
choice there.
The man's a genius. We've been tracking him for years.
Well, he's doing this on Seattle patients, but is he triggering them on purpose?
They both had them. They were part of a study.
So you've implanted those chips into other people?
It's a large-scale clinical trial.
What if the chip shorted out?
Even if it had, the chip should have remained benign. Why is this? The main computer server. It contained all my research, the patient's files. It's all gone. Zach, call the nurses. We need the names of all the patients, everyone they can remember.
Sure. I'll get right on it.
He's suspicious as F. Is she gonna ask him for his card because he's got
Can you
it
think
up
of
and
anyone
down
who would want to steal your data? Or might want to sabotage you?
elevator buttons on
I suppose there
his
are any
jacket,
number of companies.
which she just
The chip was
spotted?
valuable.
These people just wanted some rest. And my chip was helping them. It wouldn't make them hurt anyone, and it certainly wouldn't kill them. It just doesn't make any sense.
Dr. Nayak, do you have a business card?
Mm-hmm. I have no idea what her assignment's about, but I'm seeing the pattern.
The biochip plugs directly into the thalamus, which not only regulates sleep, it also controls motor function.
Mind control, Peter. Wouldn't be the first time someone's attempted it. Because at that time, we supposed we could do it with LSD and hypnotic suggestion. Of course, if I had a live subject.
Walter, no.
No student volunteers.
Good news. Your bags are back.
Walter?
We're gonna experiment on
No students.
Cashman. No students.
So he thinks that someone's trying to perfect mind control one patient at a time.
That thing that you killed, that wasn't Charlie.
I know. First week on the job, I was on a sting operation. So I did what any rookie would do, and I started looking for an exit. Charlie walks over. This man that I didn't know. He said, "You're gonna be fine." He's gone. And he's not coming back. So, I'm just gonna go.
This is the lab assistant. Alright. He's wearing like a mind control helmet sort of thing. Oh? Okay.
Before you go, could you do me a favor? Smell this.
Formaldehyde? No, I mean chloroform.
Raspberry?
Raspberry chloroform. Walter, you can't implant stuff into people without their permission.
Keep Miss Barrage sedated for another 10 minutes. Then I'm bringing my next patient.
Just removing everybody's.
We should contact the local pharmacies too. They should be able to identify who's
Oh,
filled
there's
a
the
prescription
observer.
within the last 6 months from Dr. Nyack.
Kind of plunked him right into that shot.
So what do I do now?
Lay them out in front of you like you're playing Go Fish.
Circle one letter in every name, both.
First and last.
Now what?
Now, jumble.
Find the phrase.
What phrase?
There's going to be a phrase out of those 16 letters.
Whatever it is you need to hear.
You'll figure it out. Gotta go.
16 letters. It's going to be related to Charlie.
Nyack's patient files are gone. We think whoever wiped the files must have had a password.
So it was someone in the clinic.
It's not possible. My employees are good people. They've all worked here for years.
Agent Dunham. Another one.
Her eyes were going crazy.
She was just in my office last week.
We're gonna have to make a public announcement.
My lab assistant. Skipped work today. He hasn't been answering his phone.
Zach Miller, FBI.
Who's Zach working with, though? Oh. Wind up like Zach.
I guess that's why I wasn't answering the phone.
Oh. Okay.
Walter, what's wrong with Agent Kashner?
Drugged him. Anyway, I need help putting this on.
Walter, I do
We're
not
getting
think
good
this
use
is a
out of
very
this
good
prop.
idea.
I've told you science should be fun.
Walter, what is it?
Either a green unicorn just raced across the lab or I accidentally took some LSD. Oh, must be mescaline. That's something else entirely.
What? What did he figure out?
Okay, I'm gonna send a copy of this to our question documents unit.
Don't worry, Dr. Nyack. We're gonna catch this guy.
Is Nyack actually bad?
And you can get back to your work.
He seems super cooperative.
We'll call you
but-
as soon as we know something.
I showed them your damn note. So you might as well stop.
So it's not mind control.
No, your theory is wrong.
Walter, are you saying that Dr. Nyack's biochips are stealing dreams?
That's right. What's more, I believe that the chips have the ability to turn on a dreaming state while the patient is awake, which would lead to paranoia, hallucinations.
Walter, why would anybody want to access another person's dreams?
The rush, Peter.
So they're just doing it for pleasure?
My stepfather was an addict. It was like he had two different personalities.
Nyack.
Jekyll and Hyde. This is the patient list that Dr. Nyack wrote out, and here is the death threat he received. The
That
handwriting
patient list
sloped
is full
red.
of crew member
The
names.
G's and the F's. These are written by the same person.
So you might as well stop. Please.
Pilot. What's his dream gonna be?
You are cleared for takeoff.
Lionsgate Bridge. We're not even pretending this is anything other than Vancouver. Just trusting people don't know it well enough. Brutal dream.
Jack, what are you doing?
We crash into the cruise ship.
Peter, he's plugged in.
Let me try to shut down the program. Try to disable the server.
Just shut down all the power.
Down.
I think it's locked.
7700!
Okay, stand back.
Or just shoot it. Someone's losing their license.
He's dead.
How'd he die?
You think he decided to go down in one final blaze of glory?
I don't think that he was fully aware of what his darker side was up to. Until tonight.
And so this was his way of trying to put a stop to things.
I guess that's the irony. His addiction to dreams became his nightmare. One that he couldn't wake up from.
A little bit clunky, but okay. What's her phrase? Has she figured it out yet? You're gonna be beneafy. You're gonna be fine. So Charlie told her on her first day.
Dad, what's wrong?
You were talking in your sleep.
I was a kid in my room.
And the rest? You don't remember it?
I don't remember any of my dreams. Is that the day he was stolen from the other world? This was an interesting episode because I'm not sure that the main storyline, the weirdness of the week really worked, but I really liked the underlying stuff in the story. Sometimes when you're writing TV and you're trying to sort of shoehorn a metaphor into the plot, it doesn't always click. And I think that was the case with me in this one, and dreams and nightmares and stuff. But what this episode did really well, I think, is I like Olivia's little side quest with the bowling alley guy. I forgot his name, but just find some people wearing red, ask for their business card, collect a bunch of those, circle 2 random letters per business card. Just basically accumulate a bunch of random letters and find a message in it. It doesn't sound like it should work, but I actually really like that the message she found is exactly what Charlie told her on her first day in the field when she's wearing her bulletproof vest and about to face down this Irish mob or whatever it was. That's great. That actually really clicked and worked with me. She properly got to say goodbye to Charlie here, and she got one more message from him beyond the grave, so to speak, you know? And she will be fine. And ultimately, this episode, with its weird plot of the week, these being addicted to jacking into other people's dreams and all of that, ultimately, it's all just to get us to think more about Peter's situation. Peter tells us from the age of 8 to 19, he doesn't remember any of his dreams. Now we know that this world's Peter died at age 8, which presumably is also when Walter went to the other world and took their Peter. And is that what Peter was dreaming just now at the very end? That moment of abduction? Dad, what is it? Which means there's a Walter on the other side too. Peter recognized Walter. It makes sense. There should be a Walter on the other side. But where is he now? What's the other Walter up to? You know, our Bell went to the other side. He's been living there for a while. What's the other world's Bell up to? I still have many questions about the 2 universes. But maybe Peter having no dreams for more than 10 years after his abduction may have something to do. Maybe Walter's responsible for that. Maybe Walter's done something to Peter to repress, so that he doesn't remember these nightmares, so he doesn't get haunted by this abduction nightmare, which is in fact a memory. Yeah. I really want to explore that storyline more. I'm sure we'll get into it. It's a long enough series that I feel like we'll get there. I'm just super curious to learn more about what that means. And I have to assume there's an angry Walter on the other side, and maybe the angry Walter in the other world is responsible for this first wave. Maybe our Walter took their Peter, pissing off their Walter, instead of going to the mental institution, starts creating human-machine hybrids in some effort of retaliation, maybe. I don't know. Speculation. This show is very good at making you hypothesize. Anyway, I don't know where this season is going exactly, but I'm super curious to see where, and I feel like we're going to shed some light on what the through story of the season is soon, and I feel like we're hinting at it already. I just can't quite bring it into focus yet, but I'm hoping that another episode or two will sort of clarify things, and I can properly process what's coming and anticipate where we're going, which I like. I'm a map guy. I like knowing the route I'm supposed to follow. Doesn't mean I know everything I'm going to see along the way, but I like the route. I like knowing the route. Anyway, man, yeah, another good episode. And like I said, I especially appreciate the side stories, the more where we're learning more about Olivia and Peter, and I want to know more. I definitely do. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out a little bit here today on Neil Talks. It means the world to me. Don't forget to do those fun algorithm things if you don't mind. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.